Hey guys, it's Alex, and today is Thanksgiving 2019. And what am I going to do on Thanksgiving 2019? I'm going to work on this car. All of my family's in Massachusetts, in the Northeast, and it's very rare that I get a day to myself 100%. So since I'm not traveling this year, nothing's going on, I'm going to go ahead and work on the white car. Now, the way the car sits currently is with a Vortech Supercharger, LU47s, IBOC Pro Kit, UPR end links on the rear, and a new fresh set of 22-inch wheels, which apparently is polarizing. Polarizing meaning people either love it or hate it, nothing in between. But honestly, what I'm doing is I'm taking these wheels out for a test drive to see how I like them, to see if it's something that I want to keep or buy. Jake acquired these wheels. They're a set of niche wheels, nothing high-end or anything, but I think they look pretty good on the car. You wouldn't think that a 22-inch wheel on an S550 would look pretty good at all. Luckily, Pezzo left me the keys to Power by the Hour, so let's go there and get some work done on the car, and I'll show you what I'm going to attempt to install on the 2019 Mustang myself, which I've never done before, so check it out. Anytime I have a teaching moment on the channel, I take advantage. So, the importance of catch cans. This car does have a catch can. This was from the under the this little white stuff is from under the engine cover. It has like some insulation, so I was rubbing on that. That's why I took the engine cover off. Has a catch can on this side. It does not have a catch can on this side. And you see that guy, right, boom. So the importance of a catch can is critical, especially keeping oil away from, you know, your boost. It's getting oil in the impeller, which can eventually make its way, you know, coat all of the pipes. It's going to be kind of tough to get through the intercooler and all that stuff. But if you take a real close look, if you have a supercharged vehicle and you're using that and have no catch can on that side, look at that. It will build up there, and it's not a good look. Okay, it's probably not making its way to the engine. It's probably gonna have a tough time getting through the intercooler and everything, the air to air, but it's always a good idea to have a catch can on your setup to keep oil and junk away from this guy. All right, on to the test. Okay, it looks all to be nice and snug. The intake is off of the Vortech. Gonna do a little strap check, make sure the straps are doing their thing. I mean, it really doesn't look all that terrible. 22s are a little big, of course, but a lot of people are saying online that they couldn't believe that the 22s actually look like that. You know, they look halfway decent on the car, and they make the Brembo brakes look small, and they do. But let's make a pull real quick, record it, and see what it makes before the headers are installed. Then we'll check after the headers are installed. As always, we're data logging with the Lund Racing Engage. As always, we're data logging with the Lund Racing Engage. Diagnostics, where are you? Come on, baby. Data logging. Yeah, sure, that one works. Normal mode. Normal. Fuck me. I wanted normal, but you know what? I think it picked race, so that's okay. Okay, we're data logging as always with the Lund Racing Engage, and I'm gonna monitor knock live. There's knock down there, but I'm also just gonna, you know, show you this. Monitor knock live. Try to do everything at once, and hopefully everything goes really well. Try to get you guys video. So let me start from scratch. Gas I think is from like 7-Eleven. So we'll see how much timing it tolerates. So let's go. something, so I'm sure the gas said fuck you, and it probably saw only 13 degrees or so. So let's take a look at the log. I did not like that pull, 610 484. So what I'm going to do is, because you see all this wavy crap over here, I'm going to look at the spark plugs. It's happening right around 6,700 RPM, actually a little before that, 6,500. It starts to wig out up and down, up and down. So I'm going to take a look at it and see why it's doing that. I'm going to look at the plugs, make sure there's no spark plug blowout, check the gap, kind of like a safety check to make sure she's good. And if you guys have seen a lot of my videos, you know this looks like a dyno log. 1, 2, 3, 4th. So let's take a look at pedal, make sure I was to the wood. Yes, sir, to the wood. And then let's see knock sensors. All right, guys. Aha! Actually, right when I let off, the knock sensors went to 1.67. Not a ton, but enough to make you go, eh. And I let off at 7,300 RPM, which is just about right. But not so much that the knock sensors were going off, but they were not adding timing, meaning they were probably saying, this octane sucks in this car, dude, so we're not going to give you that much timing. So the car saw, let's look at spark over here. Spark, see right there. It saw a gradual decrease in spark, which is normal, but let's see what it saw peak or average. 13, where are we, gosh. 11 degrees, 10 degrees, 12 degrees. Yeah, guys, in order to make power, this car should be seeing 14, 15 degrees or 16 degrees. So this is telling me the gas that's in the car from that 7-Eleven is garbage. And I always tell people this. I obviously wasn't intending on dynoing the car on 7-Eleven pump gas, but the funny thing is, the last time I got gas from this place, the car made 670 rear wheel horsepower, and it saw 14.5 to 15 degrees. Each degree is worth about 15 to 20 horsepower. So I'm working with a bad tank of gas right now, which is okay. I'm not going to stress it. I'm still going to put the headers on. I'm not going to make another pull on this dyno. I'm going to use a 670 rear wheel horsepower pull as my baseline, because I'm not going to keep ragging this car out if the octane is not there. So let's get it up on the lift, get the headers on, see if we can get good fuel in it eventually, come back and get a dyno number out of it. After looking at the data log, I started seeing, wait, this thing's seeing no timing. It's seeing 11 degrees. Obviously I have not that great of gas in there. So I thought, what would I do if a customer had that issue? If a car was on the dyno and it had really low timing and it was wavy up top due to the lack of timing, potentially, because after seeing how much of a pain in the butt it is to get these plugs out of there, I thought, let me at least try what I would tell a customer to do. Octane booster. Yeah, cheap, easy fix. So I'm gonna go get some octane booster. Luckily I have another vehicle here. Go to Pep Boys and get some junk ass octane booster and throw it in the tank and see how it goes. So let's go to Pep Boys with hush money. Why not? Throw the belts on. It's up the street. Really don't like putting the belts on, but we'll see. It's nice to have a couple of cars. Something like this can happen. So, alright, let's make my way to Pit Boys and see if I can find some octane booster. I don't really have this issue because I've been spoiled by E85 for the last 2 years or so, or 3 years. And this is, I guess, a good opportunity to see what's available, like at your local Pep Boys or anything like that. When it comes to octane boosters, I have no clue. I know there's some Lucas stuff. I don't think Octanium or Boostane is readily available, so we'll take a look. Well, that's the problem going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I like totally forgot, but yeah, they're not open. So we're gonna have to just install the headers and double check the plugs and use the first dyno pull way back when as a 671 rear wheel horsepower baseline, and that's just going to have to be what I'm going to have to compare it against. The weather has not changed much here in the last 3 months. It's been low 80s, relative 50-60% humidity. So let's go back to the shop because it's Thanksgiving and everything is closed, and I totally forgot, so I can't get any boosting. So car comes off the dyno, up on a rack or up on a lift, see if I can get those headers out of there or in there and see how long it takes me, because I hear it's kind of a big job. I hear it can take some shops 4 hours and it can take other shops 8 hours, depending on how extensive the job is and how the fitment is on the headers. As always, disconnect the battery. About the first thing that you're going to have to do anytime doing any kind of work near the starter, disconnect the battery, because the last thing you want to do is have some fireworks down there. And a good idea if you're going to do headers is take a look at CJ Pony Parts' video about header install. Bill Tumas does a very good in-depth video on header fucking removal. Come on, bitch. What's wrong with you? You know what? I'm not gonna cut. Fuck all that. Yeah. Hot diggity fucking dog. Look at this shit. Fuck my ass. As you can tell, this battery's never been off the car, so alright. Okay, I'll keep it quick before a copyright claim is formed on my YouTube deal. So got the car supported here because usually on the videos they show you to support it here, but this is plastic, so I really don't want to support it there. I'm going to try there. If that doesn't work out, I'll take that off and support it by the crank, which I also don't want to do. But this bolt and the other bolt have to come out, then the bolt that's on top, and then I'll be able to access those bolts and get the motor mount out of there. Loosen this guy, get it out of the way, do the same thing on this side and loosen both of them up, and then try my best to get to all the bolts. I'm going to take the studs out of it except the one on the top right. I was kind of following what CJ Pony Parts did. All the bolts come off, all the studs come out except the one on the top right, because one, it's the hardest to get to, and two, I guess it's good to have up there for alignment reasons. Is out. Not as bad as I thought. Honestly, I thought it was going to be way everything I heard online, this is the biggest pain in the butt to get to, but I'm going to be straight honest, it was actually really easy. So let's keep on trucking. This is the only way to work on a car. Biggie Smalls in the background, nobody around you, quiet as fuck. Absolutely the best way to work on a car. So I brought the car back down. Why? Because there's one nut for the motor mount that is probably way easier to access from up here. Let me see if I can get a good clear shot of it. There it is, right there. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys, because why not? Zoom in. There it is, right there. That little hex, see that little hex? It's hard to get it on video, but I can access it with a swivel, like a little 15mm swivel. So I'm going to do both motor mount from the top, the aluminum part that mounts to the rubber part. So I'm going to get both of them from the top so that I don't have to mess with the top anymore. Alright, so this is the other side, the passenger side catch can. Well, there was only one catch can in the car passenger side. Obviously, I have to put one in the driver's side, but I want to show you in real time without, you know, BS, how much oil has collected over time. The reason I'm taking this off is so I can reach the motor mount. So let's see how much oil this thing captured. Oh man. Holy shit. That was actually a decent amount. And you notice it's not clumpy or anything. It's because I'm not using E85. When it's on E85, you know, inevitably the E85 is going to mix its way in there and make a bit of a fuss, especially the way 85 works. Once it gets cold, it looks milky. But yeah, if you do not have a catch can in your car, it's a good idea to get one on there ASAP. Stupendous, tremendous, green, fuck a dollar in the dream. All right, guys, so got this side off. Took me realistically about an hour to get everything situated. Motor mount, getting everything unbolted. It just took a while because I haven't done this before. Now the biggest issue is going to be the studs, removing these guys. So you have to have some specialty tools to get these guys out because they just don't want to come out on their own. So they need a little bit of a coaxing. Damn, this thing don't focus for shit. There you go. Come on, bitch. Nope. Look at that. This bitch don't focus for nothing. There you go. So good luck. You got to find the right tool for the job. So yeah, luckily everything in Power by the Hour, you know, is being provided. So let's keep on trucking on this hunk of shit. Let's do the other side. I'm not gonna bore you about what construction they are. They are 1 7/8 primary, stainless. Really nice looking stuff. Let's get the other one out. Yes, sir. Well, they gave me gaskets, but I will not be using those gaskets. I'll be using the stock gaskets. I've never had an issue reusing a stock gasket. There you go. Give you a good look as to what's going on in the white car. I'm intending on keeping the white car for a very long time, so I held out for very, very nice parts. I really like their extension pipe that comes off of the collector into the stock H-pipe connection at the suitcase. Love the little pie cuts for you welders out there that appreciate that kind of stuff. I think it's very neat. I think I got it on backwards. Yes, I do. So let's lay him out properly. I still think I got it on backwards. Is it like that? Yeah. Okay, so there you go. These are the headers that'll be going on the Mustang. Ultimate header, same header company that got me the headers for the Fairmont with a Coyote swap using a UPRK member. They asked me, Alex, do you think it's a good idea to get into the S550 game? I said, well, the market is saturated. You got everybody and their mother making headers, and by and large, Mustang owners are cheap. But I also said they will pay for quality. I guarantee you, Mustang owners, certain Mustang owners, will pay for quality parts. For all you welders out there, gotta love the pie cuts. Very neat. So this is my first time installing headers on any vehicle. So this is a good test to see how the fitment is on this car. So let's keep on trucking. I'm gonna go ahead and use the hardware. I think they provided hardware with this guy and clamps. I believe this is one of the first, if not the first or second set. They had a car in place and they made sure that everything fit well. So I'm going to be using the supplied hardware, supplied clamps, and one extension because one of them needs extending, and they made sure to have OEM style wiring in that sucker, not to have some weird Bobo extension. It looks to be pretty legit so far. Again, I'm not going to be using the gasket because I like the stock stuff, but I'll have these as a backup. Okay, passenger side, which is the hardest side, typically installed. Look at the pie cut nation, boom, 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 boom. And you can move it around and clearance it because you have some room to clearance within the clamp. So they did a real good job of making sure that I was able to get clearance everywhere. Now, a lot of you guys are going to mention the O2 location. It's slightly angled, very slightly, but probably at a 90. We'll see how the O2s last if I get E85 in her, but right now it's pump gas. Working on the driver's side as we speak, it was cake. 20 minutes, I had most of the stuff off. I'm going to work on taking these studs off with this guy and leave the top two, learn from my mistake on the other side, and then use the rest of the supplied bolts in the kit, but leave the top two studs in so the gasket stays in. Okay, we're nearing the end of the video, so wanted to show you the last couple of things, which is basically me buttoning up the starter. Got to tighten that guy up. So the starter isn't that bad. A lot of people freak out over the starter potentially being an issue. Actually, with a little 1/4 inch and a couple extensions, not even an extension, it's an extension, it was very easy. Taking the starter off took less than 10 minutes. Putting it back on took about the same time. Also, I had to remind myself not to forget this guy is like a ground here that needs to go on before I freaking forget. That would have been a problem. But yeah, everything seems to be pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to tighten the motor mount from the top. This one's going to be tough because of the primary, so I'll have to snake my way in there and put the battery on and start the car. Okay, I'm uploading a tune on the car right now, so get everything ready to get it out of here and do a first startup. Actually, I should leave these on in case I got to check for leaks, but I'm going to be super optimistic and hope that I got everything done right the first time. God damn it, Alex, why can't anything be easy for you, Alex? That's because you got to drop the lift more, you fucking moron. There we go. Hopefully I'm going to be super optimistic and jinx myself and take everything off. That's why you don't drop it all the way, asshole. Okay, the moment of truth. Tune is done flashing. So I'm going to go ahead and wait 10 seconds after I key off and see how it sounds. Check for leaks. Hopefully everything is legit honky-dory and it sounds good. First time I've ever done headers on the car, so we'll see. Well, on an S550 anyway. So far so good. Oh, all the nannies are off. That means I have ABS plug-in disconnected still. Yep. Once I drive it a little bit, it'll be fine. Keep it up. Give it a couple of revs, see how it sounds. It won't sound that much different, and we might get a little blue smoke if there's a slight coating of oil on the pipes for shipping purposes. So far I don't hear any ticking, which is good. Those lights will go off once I drive. It was the ABS plug, so let's give it a couple of revs. Hey, sounds pretty good. The inside of the car, it sounds exactly like a 2015 to 17 Mustang, long tubes and a stock catback. Like identical. Like there isn't that much of a difference in sound, tone, or anything like that. It's pretty much the same. Sounds good. I'm gonna keep the suitcase on it for the time being. I don't want to make a lot of noise in it. I just want to make a little extra power, so I'll get some good fuel in it. I'm gonna burn the gas off tonight, stop at a Shell next to my house that I know has good fuel, come back in the morning, Friday, day after Thanksgiving, at power by the hour, put it on the dyno, see how much power difference it made above the 671 that it made a couple of months ago. Got it down to about 1/4 of a tank, and just like I tell everybody, stop at a Shell, where's the Shell? Get the 93 in it. That tends to be the better stuff. Kind of around the country, everything I've seen. So, fill up with this guy to get the dyno tomorrow. See what it makes. Yeah, show me that gap. So, the car put in front of the dyno, it didn't make. Wow, that's a big gap. It didn't make that great of power before. I thought it was a knock sensor in the gas, but it actually is the gap on the spark plug. Let's see what.
Half-inch thick.
0.500. Let's see what the current gap is. We wanted what, 20, 25 on this bitch, yo?
Yeah, about 25, 27.
I guarantee that's 35 to 40. It looks fucking stupid.
Let's stack them up.
What's that, 11? So we'll use 11 and 29.
Which is 30. 30. It's about 30. That's 30 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I thought it'd be worse. 25 though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so it's 30 right now?
We're gonna put it 24.
20 what?
4.
Not a specific number.
That's 30.
It's important that you know how to gap your plugs.
Mikey did me the favor of, he said I was a homosexual if I did not do it today. So I said, well, you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. He's doing it. So they
got news for you. That's not going to change a thing.
Damn. All right, let me set the camera up here so you can get a sound clip, and we'll make a dyno pull, see how much it makes. Okay, I am not gonna cut. I'm just gonna take you right to the dyno graph. What a difference. So a couple of things I think happened because it made a lot more power than I thought. I either got really sweet fuel or there was a big backup in the other exhaust. Look at what she just laid down. 724, 549. Now, I'm the first one that's gonna say I highly doubt you're gonna see a 49 or 48 horsepower difference with long tube headers. But that's what this car made. Oh my God. So the graph is up everywhere. So I'm wondering if it just saw way better fuel. Look at the split. God dang it. I don't know if it just saw way better fuel from that shell than the last time, but the last time it's all about 14 degrees or so. But let's take a look at the data log and see how she goes. As always, let's take a look at the data log. We'll max it out so you can see it's this dyno pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. Watt. Let's look at spark. Spark. Same thing, right? Let's zoom in as I know you guys love me going through data logs. Teaches you a little something. Okay, so spark was pretty flat. Okay, it wasn't trailing down. It seems to be really, really happy. I don't think it saw a ton of spark, to be honest with you. So let's go to see the RPM up top. Let's go all the way to the top, see how much spark it saw all the way up top. all the way up top, 7,500 RPM, I saw only 14.5 degrees of spark, guys. That is phenomenal. That means the timing is not being shoved in. I'm basically leaving the base file alone. I have not done anything to the base calibration that Lund Racing provides, okay? This car mechanically is just seeing a crap load of more power. 724, 549 from 673, 513. That is phenomenal. A great test, and a good testament to the flow of the Ultimate headers, because hey, that's the only difference between these two pulls. Same pump gas, same everything, just Ultimate headers, long tubes. Let's also look at fueling, see how fueling is keeping up, because I don't know how these little LU47s are keeping up. Hey, they're okay. Look at that. Look at these little guys, short trim and all pretty. Look at that, boy. Man, I could not ask for a better setup. 700 on pump gas with long tubes with a Vortech. Phenomenal. There you have it, guys. This is as back-to-back as I can make it. I understand that it's difficult to make a dyno pull, put the headers in, and then make another dyno pull immediately thereafter. I did do a safety and health check on the motor. Just double check the plugs, make sure everything was happy, and it was, and nothing changed. I didn't add any more timing, I didn't add any additives. It was the same pump gas from the same shell, just long tubes and free flowing exhaust, and it gained 51 rear wheel horsepower. And real quick to end the video, Jim Browning from Ultimate Headers did send me some bullet points to talk about the header in terms of construction and why the pie cuts, things like that. So let's get those out of the way. So it has premium 321 stainless steel material, 50% stronger than 304 at operating temps, 900 degrees. Stainless steel investment cast flanges, that's why the flanges look the way they do. Stainless steel investment cast elbows, allowing for perfect fit in tight spots. The fitment was phenomenal. Very good fitment. Hydrofoam elbow / cut pie segments. Elbows for offset pipes. We used water pressure to expand the tube into an engineered shape, and then they laser cut the pie segments to create 90s and custom offsets, meaning they can keep the pipe round. When you mandrel bend, you kind of, squish it a little and make the radius nice and tight, and it looks good. But with pie cuts, you can keep the roundness, for lack of a better word, of the pipe. Uniform wall thickness, and tube stay round, like he said, no flat spot. That pretty much covers all the bullet points, construction material, and how the stuff is made. And as you saw, on the same vehicle that made 673, it gained 50 rear wheel horsepower just with long tubes and free flowing exhaust. These headers will be out very soon. Look them up, Ultimate Headers on Instagram. Get you a set, super great quality. They're going to stay on this car for a very long time. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.